heading out to go record today, and for some reason, I feel quite overwhelmed. I know I've been doing this for quite a while, like for I think, a year plus right now. But anytime it's time to go record, anytime I pick up the camera, it's a rush. There's a rush of blood to the head, just like Coldplay would say in one of their songs. But at the end of the day, I think this rush is a validation to me that I'm doing what I should be doing. I'm doing what is right. Most times when I feel this rush, it just reminds me of why I started, why I left every other thing to focus on creating art. For one reason, I think I'm be able to fulfill my why. And the why, if you ask me, would be because I am looking for freedom. By creating art, I do not feel enslaved any longer. I can get rid of the voices in my head. I mean, the voices in my head, the numerous ideas that pop out of my head from time to time. It's a gift and a curse at the same time. I know every creative will understand this. It's like if you don't create these things, you don't feel free per se in the actual sense. So that's literally my why. And it's evident in the lives of other creatives that I've been able to come across. Like when I go out to shoot, I see a lot of creatives on the streets trying to express themselves in their numerous kind of ways. And I appreciate this. I appreciate that because it's spirit like this that best the vibrant pop culture that we see every day that drives the communication market. So if you're creative out there and it feels like these ideas are troubling, I feel the same way too, just as you do. Whenever I do not read myself or these ideas in my head, I feel enslaved. I feel like I'm in shackles. And that's the reason, and that's one reason why I create, because I want to find freedom. Freedom from the ideas in my head, freedom to express myself, and freedom to understand the fact that I have all that I need as an artist, or I have all that I need to create art. It took me a really long time, to be honest, because I think that's one of the things that stopped me from creating art in the actual sense. Because when I think of making films, I'm thinking of big cameras, I'm thinking of the Hollywood style movies, I'm thinking of movies that will stand by, I wouldn't say Demi, but at the end of the day, right? These are the kind of thoughts that limit us to not do things because we want to do it big. What I came to understand at a later time is that all you need is a story. That's all you need is the why. All you need is a story that you want to tell, a message that you want to pass across. And however you intend to tell it will be dependent on the resources that you have. So I'm going to advise every creative like me out there and make them understand that they have all they need. All you need at the end of the day is the spark to want to create art. Recently, just like my most recent film, I'm going to link that somewhere on the screen so you can go see it. And if you've not seen it, please go try and see it. It's my most recent project and I'm proud of it. Even though it's just a 2-minute, 44-second movie, but I'm proud of it because it opened up some really vulnerable parts of me as an artist. All you need to create art is a spark, and the remaining things main things you do after the spark is just you fueling the spark to create more fire and keep this fire burning. Keeping the fire burning is what brings about growth. I've been able to create a lot this past few years. I've been able to create a lot, like I've created a lot of painting, I've done a couple of sketches and drawings, I've made a couple of films in the name of YouTube videos, and I told a couple of stories. And what I found out at the end of the day is that the truth is that it's you against you. That's the mindset that keeps me going. That's the mindset that that's what I have in mind whenever I create my movies or I make paintings. I have to be better than yesterday, who I was yesterday. That's all I'm bothered about. I'm not bothered about the numbers. I'm not bothered about all the competitions I've got. I want to create art and be better at it every freaking day. You don't think there's any other thing as peaceful as making art, getting better than who you were yesterday, and enjoying the process. In the beginning, I had this idea, I had this notion in my head that the happiness is a destination, right? That being an artist is a destination, just like in the film I made recently. It's not a destination. The beauty about creating art is, just like they would say, quote unquote, there's beauty in the struggle. Just like J. Cole said, there's a beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. I don't know about the ugliness in success yet. Let's get there first. But I understand and I've experienced the beauty in the struggle. Creating art, struggle of creating art is beautiful. Like creating solutions to your problems, finding ways to tell your story. It's beautiful. When you conquer it, the way you feel after being able to tell your story the way you want to tell your story is the most beautiful experience that you've experienced as an artist. It feels like that's the dopamine chase that I'm on right now. And whenever you feel like you're on that dopamine chase as an artist, that I advise you to utilize it. That it's going to bring out the best in you. When you want to create art and create something better than what you did yesterday, it is beautiful, my friend. Yes, once you get the spark, you have to keep the fire burning. But don't keep the fire burning until it becomes a burnout. I always try to relinquish, to enjoy the rest period. The period when nothing is going on. You know, I just sit and admire my previous work and see how I can do better. That also is part of the process. When it's time to rest, please rest. That's one thing I've learned. Because when you're burnt out, yes, you understand that we are in the algorithm world, but leave that behind. Just create art and create art from the soul. I want to think or pretend that I'm living my dream right now. I'm grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful for the gift of creativity. I'm grateful for the understanding that the beauty is in the struggle. Like the journey was more important. I don't know where the destination is going to be. To be honest, I do not think there's a destination. I just think that it's a wave that I'm going to ride to eternity, till I die day. I would love to see you guys on the other side, to be honest. But until next time, creating art, keep telling your story. Peace.